Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's gonna be a little bit of a different video. Typically you see my live trading, but I just I didn't even get to trade this whole week pretty much, so I got like a break-even trade during CPI or right after CPI. And then yesterday I kind of just lost it and went on hit daily loss limit on every account. Lost my 50K, so I had three 50Ks that I was working up that was pretty much going fine. But yeah, yesterday I got caught up in the chop and I just lost it. So I could probably find it here on this chart. It's probably my worst display of trading in a long time. And that's kind of what happens when, you've been on such a high, you feel invincible, etc., etc. But basically how I DLL'd yesterday, um, when the market opened, came down, pulled up. This is like my stereotypical, like, I love taking the trade where if the market rejects off a point, so you can see it rejected off here. There was a overlapping fair value gap here. It was above Bollinger Bands, everything. If it rejects off a key level or something like that with confluence and it comes down, the next candle, if it comes up to make a top wick immediately, I'm taking the shorts down. I didn't take that trade. Um, it Maybe just because it felt like it was the open that it felt like it was the wrong trade to take. I know previously if I had seen this, I would have taken that on my funded futures, and I've daily loss limited my funded futures account like 60 times as you guys have seen. And maybe that adds to why I didn't take that trade, right? Um, but the reality is I waited. So this next candle also opened up with an immediate top wick, didn't take the shorts down. The next candle also opened up with an immediate top wick, and I did not take the shorts down. On the fifth candle, when it pulled up immediately, I got in a sell right around like the 70-ish, and right as it popped up, I was like, oh my God, is this what's gonna happen? What happened today is that what's gonna happen like, the rest of this week? Yeah, because I've noticed a lot of the weeks there's you have a big red candle and then you just bounce right up back up and go to all-time highs. And part of this I think has to do with me playing during all-time highs, right? And what happened as soon as the next candle opened, I got out of the trade here, popped up and then slammed down. And my take profit was around 10 points, and you can see the lowest we went was 57, was about 13 points. I would have been out. I would have secured probably another $9,000 payout on Tradeify if I just held the trade for a minute longer. And then after seeing this, I said, oh, okay, this is the continuation down. So this candle opens up, it comes down, right? I take a sell here, boom, instantly pulls up. I think I DCA'd somewhere around here, like it's gotta come down, it's gotta come down. And then it popped up a little bit, boom. That was my daily loss limit gone. And then just chopped here, and I was absolutely nothing. Like I think yesterday I was just so tilted that one, I think it was on top of everything was the pressure added onto it, right? I had been sitting all week with three accounts 10 points away from a pretty large payout. Um, and then I was just sitting, I couldn't get myself to execute. And then when I finally did execute and something went wrong, I broke down, right? I think that's what it comes down to is I had all this pent up like emotion, this stress to really, and the second that I failed my first execution when it would have been a winner, I didn't even realize that at the time, right? It took me till after I blew all of my accounts, not blown, but hit DLL on all my accounts. I was like, oh my God, if I had just held for another minute, yeah, I would have sat through another 9 points of drawdown. But I mean, I did the same over here, right? I sold and I DCA'd and my drawdown pretty much went all the way to the max. So, it doesn't really make a difference. What I should have done was just waited for my opening range trade, right? Boom. Like, if I had just been a little more patient, realized like, oh, this could be chop, let this play out, you know, at 710 or 709 we break through, 710 we get our 10-point closure, so 55 was our thing, we get our 13-point closure below. Next candle opened up with an immediate top wick. I mean, if it came up to here and I sold at 50 and it came up to 55, I'm still in it until it, you know, breaks through, right? And it comes down and it comes down and I would have been long gone. 15 points, I would have definitely secured the 9,000. Learning lessons from this, right? There's a lot of different things going on in the market all at once, right? Obviously, you have the candles, you have your emotions, you have, you know, all the things, indicators, whatever popping up on your chart, and you have to keep track of all of it, right? And I think this is where one of the things where it's like my strategy, if I don't see anything and I'm also like feel like I need to force a trade or make a trade because I'm so fucking close to getting to payout, that's when I fall. And today, um, if I am to go over today's trades, right? So I took a long right here, basically as we broke through, we broke through. This was a level. This was bouncing off level 2 Bollinger Bands, overlapping fair value gaps. Came up. All right. Next thing you know, if I were to see a rejection, I want to see the rejection at the previous all-time highs, which is 21,819, right around here. And right around here, you can kind of see it like bouncing through, bouncing through. Took a long. Um, Decided to wait for, you know, see what would happen. And then I got out because I realized I was like, oh wait, I should wait for it to break this level. Next candle, it comes up, breaks it. I think, okay, judging by how candles have been going, this might just rip. I enter the long again, instantly comes down. I'm like, okay, I'm getting out of that. I don't want to be a part of that. Should have waited till we closed, if we closed below the 9 EMA for confirmation, but that would have been a lot of drawdown, right? And I just came off a loss. So I closed instantly. Next candle, boom, we finally break it. I get into a long, you know, it's 5 points. Next one, next candle opens up, bottom wick, take another long. Next candle, bottom wicks again, take another long. This one's a little scary because it did come down like 10 points. Holy shit, that was 10 points. Came down 10 points and I was like, oh man, this is my luck. Alright, we're really extended outside Bollinger Bands, but the only thing that, you know, is keeping me in this trade is that I know ultimately that at all-time highs you can rip through Bollinger Bands and that's fine. There's no resistance above us. There's nothing, you know, keeping us down really. So I held, boom, same thing here. This candle opened up. This was kind of a FOMO long. You can notice too that all my trades I'm taking significantly less points because I'm scared. I'm scared in the sense that like I don't want to be wrong after yesterday, right? And I think over time this will change as we get away from all-time highs, but for now this is the reality of my trading is I'm taking small secured wins because I just don't know if the market's going to pull back, you know, like right here from all-time highs to what is that, 40 points. But as we continued breaking all-time highs, I'm, you know, there's no sellers on Bookmap. There's really no sellers coming into the market at all. So I was just at first sight, I was like, boom, this one popped up, took a long. This one was like a second because I think literally the moment I pressed to buy, it literally popped up to here, and it took me out, you know, four and some change. It's bad. I could have just held my original first trade, right? If I had just taken this 15 through, you know, 30, 2 minutes, I would have been done. I could have avoided all of this stress. And a lot of that is, I'm going to be honest, is just losing confidence. I've said it in previous videos that trading all-time highs is probably my hardest thing to do. Just because I have an extreme short bias, and I'm not afraid to admit that, right? Every time I see something break down, I want to take the shorts for the continuation, and then I get burned on it, especially at all-time highs. So, take that as you will. Damn, this was a yeah, this is a 10-point loss. Yeah. Take that as what you will, right? It's something that I'm working on, and I think that's one of my biggest faults as a trader is, lack of confidence when the market's going up, which is really strange because markets usually only go up. It might have its pullback periods where it's coming down, but like in general over like 100 years, the market's expected to go up, right? And then especially during Christmas time, like it has a lot of things going for it. And this is why you see, people say Santa rally. Think of the economics behind it, behind for investors, right? If you are up and you're at all-time highs in December and you're selling, you're paying taxes on your capital gains that you're making in a few months, right? Especially mid-December, early December, like why would you, sell your assets at an all-time highs just to pay taxes on it months later? Whereas if you were to hold it an extra month, you can defer those taxes for, 2025's tax period. And that's where I think like a lot of people, or that's like why we often see such rallies during December is because there's no selling pressure. Why is anyone dropping anything at all-time highs unless, they're down on the position and they're trying to get the tax write-off, right? But overall, these tech stocks did amazing this year. I think ES is up like 30-40% on the year, and NASDAQ is up like 30% on the year. Like it's insane. But I digress. It's just these are the things that I've come to notice, in time as a trader. Um, I'm excited to book the win for today. I don't know how this account, actually no, 500 is about right. Um, I'm gonna call it a day here. I also started another 3 TakeProfitTrader accounts just in case I get the FOMO feeling. At market open, I need to have evals on hand, and I've noticed that I trade exponentially better on the accounts that matter when I get all of my FOMO entries out of the way on evals. And yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for this week from you guys. Sorry I didn't have more live trading videos. I honestly expect those to come. Last week might be my last week of trading for the year. You can see here, I'm gonna request another $3,000 payout from Tradeify this Sunday. I have my 900 on its way from Top Step, and I'm gonna end this month just short of $10,000 in payouts, and I'm gonna end this year just short of $50,000 in payouts. This is my first year trading, so obviously these results are kind of insane. But yeah, there's a whole lot of growth, a whole lot to learn, and I'm excited to share my journey on YouTube and, of course, to be doing it with y'all. Happy trading. If you're still trading on Friday today, stick to your rules and don't be what I was yesterday, right? Stay disciplined, stay patient. Everything above, follow your plan. And I will see you guys next week. Peace!